Hi, hello, welcome to my channel, ALK.guidance. Today we are doing a simple energy reading on 4 groups of crystals. First group is this alabaster cluster. Second group is Astrophyllite. I don't know how to pronounce that. Group 3, we have a granite on matrix. And group 4, we have a beautiful piece of Aragonite. So take a few moments to look at the crystals or look at the piles, whichever one grabs your attention more. You can pause this video right here and take a moment. I'm going to go right into your reading. So for group number 1 with the alabaster, I asked the question, what kind of energy is your group in? So we got the cosmic egg from the animal spirit deck. It is sponsored by ether. The element that the cosmic egg is in is ether, and it talks about holding on to something very firmly, and it's usually the cosmic egg in this tarot, oracle deck, whatever you want to call it, is pertaining to the 7th chakra, so your crown chakra. So there are certain beliefs that you're probably holding on to right now, and we're going to go right into understand why. So why are you feeling this energy? Why did you come to this point of maybe holding something close to your chest, or holding on to something really tight, or just being in a very protective energy? Let's see. You've got soul writing. So soul writing, we're gonna look into the book because it's a new deck and I haven't come across this one yet in personal readings. Excuse me for a moment. Soul writing. Experiment with automatic or intuitive writing. Go for it. There are no limits. We're not going to be long on this, but you are the author of your story. Write one that inspires you and doesn't let anyone else command the pen. Physical reality is temporary. It is forever changing from one moment to the next. The events and experiences of your life are multidimensional living art. Their purpose and form will shift as your perception of them does. You can view and adjust any stories from your past, present, or future. Let go of justifying or analyzing the events that become your stories and lift yourself into a new way of seeing them. We're going to stop right there, and we're going to go into the shadow and light side. So your shadow side is temperance. So there's some sort of you being in balance. So because we got the Empress right next to temperance, I'm getting the sense that you are on this path of enlightenment, of trying to be spiritually better for yourself so you can go with the punches of your emotional needs a bit better. I totally get that. But the shadow side of your energy of holding on to something or being overprotective, maybe even of your art or as to how your life should be. So there could be some sort of motherly help that could come in. Or it just means that the positive side of your energy is the creativity, the all the assets of the creative side and the artistic side of you that you possess. Or it could just mean that to understand and balance yourself a bit better, you need to write down what holds you back from truly achieving this Empress state of being your most maternal, most fulfilled side. So this as a feminine, if you are resonating with the feminine energies more than the masculine, no matter your sexual preference, it's all about being motherly, being the one that nurtures, the one that protects in a very feminine way, which means caring about stuff. So what I'm getting is you are in the energy of trying to balance out your shadow sides and bring into the light all of your positive qualities. And being maternal can also mean being maternal to your friends and their needs, or your family. It could also indicate your actual mother. And let's see the aftermath of these together. So the shadow and the light side of your energy. The aftermath is the Ace of Wands, which means new energy to start things, new creative energy most likely, and something that you're probably very passionate about. So if it's something that you're very passionate about, let's pick a specific advice deck for you. So just because I got the feminine and the creative and the 7th chakra E type of vibes, I used the Goddess Guidance deck by, I have no idea who. I will link all of the decks I'm using down below in the comment, in the description box. So the underlying energy is Sorceress. So we're going back to this magical being of creation and of spirituality. So you are some sort of creator of and the manifester of your own energy, as we are in this video asking specifically only about what kind of energy are you currently in. You're currently in the energy of balancing out yourself, trying to be more creative, trying not to hold on to everything as in the past so you don't lose the balance that you have acclaimed, and trying to go forward with something passionate. And let's see what that is. It's your divine passion. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? Is your heart's true desire to be a writer? Is your heart's desire to be a mother? If the answer to those questions is yes, then that is your divine passion. It's something that truly brings out your passionate, your fiery side. Even though we sometimes might have to go through certain ways of being to really have certain knowledges about, like certain knowledge about certain topics, whatever you do it with a lot of passion. And with the Sorceress, with the underlying energy, it has that sense of creation, and it says you are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. So with every new beginning and with every cycle closing out, anytime you balance yourself, you come back to this energy of creation. And if that's writing or motherhood, then more power to you. We gotta start somewhere. This is where I started. This is my first video, so try with me. Try with me. Thank you. Group number 1, Alabaster, if this was your reading, thank you very much for watching. If you have any suggestions or comments, any constructive criticism, leave them down below. Like if you liked the video, don't if you didn't. Dislike if you feel passionate about your dislike, and send this to a friend. We're going to move on to group number 2, the beautiful Russian Astrophyllite. It's one of the more rare stones that I acquired for myself. So let's jump right into your reading and what kind of energy you are in. You are in the energy of Hawk. The Hawk is a very interesting energy because to me, whenever it pops out, it's kind of obscured at the top from certain angles, and it just makes me feel like it's fiery energy, especially because of the colors of the roots towards the solar plexus chakras. So the energy you're currently in is building yourself up, but more likely is you're building your confidence up. But the symbol on the top is actually pertaining to air. Air usually represents communication, thinking, everything that has to do with the more upper level chakras. These are more base, sacral, and solar plexus, which means you had to rise above in your system of energy. It came from your thinking, but you've risen above to get a certain perspective. And maybe it has to do with communication. As I just started now, it probably has to do with expressing yourself in certain ways. It could be materially or financially. It could be sexually or just in your masculine or feminine ways, and also with a lot of assertiveness, because the yellow color with the solar plexus, it's again masculine element, a masculine chakra. So it's all about rising above. Maybe you are more masculine in your ways, no matter your gender or your preference of it. But the Hawk energy is very much about scanning your prey. So it's the moment of right before you say something or right before you leap towards something. So you are currently in the energy of taking stock of what is there. So let's proceed onto your light deck card. This is the answer to the question of why are you in this type of energy. So it says let your light shine. So it's all about expression of being. So you probably have been some sort of communicationally suppressed up to this point, and you're looking for an energetic pick-me-up. So we're going to get into the book because I only own this deck for a couple of weeks and I haven't seen all of the cards to really connect them to everything. But we can tell from the top that, pardon me, it's because you've held something back. Some part of yourself, some part of your energy, no matter which chakras are affected and what it pertains to, you need to let your light shine. So in other words, if you've been trying to get more money or get more material stability, you need to let yourself express that through, finally treating yourself to something that you never could, or go someplace you never could, or take a family member or your partner somewhere you priorly couldn't. So let's see what let your shine says. Today, embrace your uniqueness. Say to yourself, I'm so pleased and honored to be me. Embrace the parts of you that may feel a little strange. They feel this way because you resist experiencing the fullness of you. We can all feel a little odd or peculiar at times, longing to be like everyone else and just fit in. But compromise breeds resentment. Locking yourself into the pretense of what others want will strangle your soul and split you into two. Accept yourself, set yourself free from judgment and what you perceive others think about you. Let your soul shine outward and inspire others to connect, embrace, and shine their truth. We're going to stop right there and look at the little work part. So journal work for this particular light deck, if you want to do some light work. Draw or write about all the things you like about yourself and all the things you do well. So you could be really good at staying on top of things in communication, or maybe that's the exact part you need to work on. Sorry for the little intermezzo. During your daily meditation, repeat them to yourself. This builds a foundation from love and will bring more manifestations and opportunities that vibrate with the same and higher energy. You will also make it easier for you to align with your soul. So let's see how you can align with your soul. The shadow part of this energy of letting yourself shine has to do, oh my god, has to do definitely with a partnership, because the shadow side is the Lover's card, which also speaks about choice. And the light side, or the positive side, is the actual partnership, is, or maybe the friendship of it all, because Two of Cups doesn't need to be about a specific relationship necessarily. It can also be a soul connection with two people that are feeling the same way and are just friends. But in this case, when it comes to the shadow side, it has to do with a certain relationship. So let me see the aftermath. The aftermath is Seven of Swords, which it comes to a point of, even though this is great, this is, the friendship could be great, the shadow side for your energy is being in the relationship and nurturing the other person's needs, which can, in the aftermath, resolve in a lot of cunningness, running away from probably communication, probably most likely communication. So if you do not express yourself, either positive or negative sides of you, but expressing with words and trying to stay on top of it, the end result might be somebody walking away without much explanation. This definitely is about somebody standing ground in a certain relationship and communicating with a lot of diligence, is what I feel like. So if it's about relationships, we're gonna pick a specific card for you for advice. I'm going to use the Love Angels. I will list each and every single deck down below for your interest. So let's see, what is the advice for group number 2, please, Spirit? Give me some advice for group. Okay, just one card. Act as if your partner is here. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you, so you always consider them. So it's all about consideration, I think, in the end, because the bottom line energy is embrace your emotions. Don't push down your feelings or judge your emotions. So it definitely indicates somebody, a one-sided communication is what I'm getting. So act as if, so if you are, just a suggestion, you don't need to take my advice. Acting as if your partner is here may suggest some sort of distance. It can be emotional distance, it can be physical distance, or it can be just energetic distance. And with letting your light shine, it's giving me that you need to speak out on what you actually feel. If you feel love, then you have to express love, not just hover over it, not just keep on waiting for the right moment to say it. If you feel like it, you need to express it. And normally if we don't act as if our partners are here, if there's any sort of different types of distance between two partners, it's about trying to stay in the loving energy even though you're apart, because as we know, like attracts like. So if you feel like, oh my god, my partner isn't here, I don't know how to truly express myself, because I lean onto my partner so much that when they're not here, I completely change. So even though we have to consider our partner's emotions when it comes to distance, we still need to keep our friendships alive. And if a partnership is burdening you, then by all means you need to try to also again communicate about maybe preventing a horrible breakup, because Seven of Swords is a very unjust energy of somebody leaving somebody in doubt, and taking the mental pain with them and not expressing how they truly feel, which could be actually a lot. It can mean for you or the other person, but the energy you're in is not truly shining, because on one point it's you're in a relationship, and on the other end of the spectrum you're also in a relationship, and you don't know how to truly feel or express yourself, and you don't want to mess up whatever you got going, so you just hover above everything, not communicating how you feel and what should be worked on. But you just need to embrace your emotions, as this card suggests. You need to feel your feelings, and not judge them, not judge yourself for feeling love if that's what you feel, or don't judge yourself for feeling jealous if that's what you feel, or sad, whatever the emotion that you're going through is. You need to communicate to whoever your partners are in life. It can be your soul family, your friends, your actual family, a random stranger that just takes interest into what you're feeling at that point of life. Sorry, somebody has a hard time communicating. So, but yeah, as long as you let your quirky side shine, like this crystal. It's very unique. It's very hard to get where I'm currently at in my country. I got it in a special mineral expo. I paid for it. Wasn't expensive, but it's very precious to me. Maybe more on that crystal another time. I hope this resonated with you. I hope you got something out of what kind of energy you are in and why this is happening. I hope it helped, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Group number 3, if you chose this beautiful garnet on Matrix, this reading is for you. We're going to go through first card from an animal spirit deck. What kind of energy is your group in, was the general question. Oh, you had 2. So you're probably all over the place or just have a lot of energy. So the first card we pull out is the fish, which is a very lucky card. It indicates water with the downward pointing triangle here. Water represents our emotions, our perceptions sometimes. Water can mean different things, but in this deck it kind of shows like a lot of moon energy with the fish, and just it's kind of mysterious with all this black color and this light source. So I assume that you are in the energy of trying to break away from your emotions, your emotional side, trying to shed light on your emotions. So you're trying to maybe even find out, how do you feel right now? What are you feeling right now? What you are feeling right now is a lot of attraction. Maybe a lot of people are attracted to you right now because if you are this firefly, you are glowing. You're emitting a lot of light through communication. This is the symbol for air. This is your energy. So, in my opinion, you came from a very dark place, emotion-wise and thought process-wise. You probably spent a lot of time by yourself in the dark with your emotions, with your thoughts, with your anxieties, and just feeling down because of something. You're coming out. It's a period of coming out, jumping away from, because this fish kind of, it looks like it's far away from this moon. It's a big fish if this is the moon, right? So you just kind of got out, or got to the point of, you started pushing this darkness away from you and starting to show some more energy, show some more positivity in your communications or your emotional body, and you're just experiencing your wings fluttering again. You're dusting yourself off with communications, most likely. Yeah, for now, that's that. Um, let's put them right here. So let's see, the light, we're gonna leave that for the end. I don't know why I didn't do that with the other cards, but yeah, with your group, I'm just feeling it a bit differently. So this is the aftermath, and these are the light and the shadow side of your emotions. So we're gonna first look at the shadow side, because it's where you apparently came from. And shadow side is judgment. We got judgment, and it came out in reverse when I first turned it, but when I specify this deck always as my shadow deck, so it's the shadow side of judgment. So you probably misjudged something, or you have been misjudged, and you've been through a hard battle, to maybe prove everybody wrong, because I get the sense that you are or were misjudged by something, and and that's the energy you're trying to push away. Let's see what it's pertaining to. It can pertain to the lack of being able to focus on the material, focus on your craft. Maybe being in your emotional body has been very tiresome for you, even though you're standing very strong with this fiery energy, plutonian even. Let's see, yeah. Everything kind of came out in reverse, but I might have just, it doesn't matter, because this is an oracle and you've got alignment. So there's this alignment going on. Give me one moment. There is a lot of energy. So you could have just come out of a relationship, or out of the darkness of a certain relationship. We can carry our darknesses throughout months and years sometimes after we end something, and you are just starting to get out of the energy of being emotionally triggered by it and judged for your emotions, which is kind of similar themes to group number 2. But when it comes to realignment of your energetic body, which is the main topic here with the Secret Language of Light Oracle deck that I'm using, the alignment is all about change. 1 and 4 together is 5, which usually indicates a cycle change. So something went a whole different spectrum that you were used to. So that's why a lot of darkness consumed you. Maybe that's why you even judged yourself. Maybe it has to do with your wrongdoings. But even if you were the one that misjudged, you were supposed to be brought into the darkness to see the light again, to realign to what you are willing to give to, which is, getting back into business, getting back into your hobbies or crafts. Let's see the aftermath card. We have the Lovers. Okay, so it does have something to do with a certain choice or a certain relationship. There was somebody that misjudged somebody, could have possibly ended the relationship because it's how it came out. But because I'm specifying specifically light, shadow, and aftermath, this is what we get. We get the shadow side of judgment, which is usually in reverse, right? So it's a misjudgment of somebody, maybe even a misjudgment of who is aligned with you. You were in an energy of maybe even a relationship or a friendship, if it wasn't pertaining to a partner, or maybe even a job situation, because we got the Page of Pentacles here, that you just separated from yourself so hard that you maybe even became sort of depressed and needing to find your light back. Well, what really truly makes you feel unjudged and stable, even if it's small little words of affirmation, or if it's small little tokens of appreciation from a certain person. Everything that was misaligned to you now is coming into alignment. You're pushing away all of this energy that you've built up emotionally, mentally. Everything that you kept to yourself is now going to explode into alignment, because you are transforming. The underlying energy for each and every group, even though I didn't point it out up until this point, is transformation. You are transforming, you are aligning, you are trying not to judge, you are trying to maybe even get into or get out of a certain relationship, maybe it with your job or your family. Like, you could totally break up with your sister, like, sometimes she's a bee, whatever makes you feel like you are in your own body and you can speak your own truth. That is what is going to make you feel like you're supposed to feel. And your energy is very scattered, as am I right now. But it all has to do with you. You are transforming, you are aligning, you are bursting with energy. Even though if you're not quite there yet, you will get there yet, because there's always light at the end of the tunnel, no matter how cliche that might sound to you, but there is. We've all had cycles that felt like there was a never-ending. Oh, sorry, we have to get, let's see, we have to get an advice card for you. Every group has a different deck, and I feel like shuffling a bit more because we were kind of confused, at least I was. Okay, underlying energy is divine protection. If you believe in the divine or whatever you believe in, everything's fair, in my opinion. What's most important is your personal faith. So whatever you believe in, that's what's important. So you are protected wherever you are. But there's grace in communication. We've got grace and communication. You need to communicate, as obvious as that is. Haha, tarot reader, haha. But we do have the firefly with their symbol, which does indicate communication. It's all about you shining gracefully. You might be a bit rugged because you were in a period of dark thoughts or just dark ways of being. You are now starting to relearn how to accept help or how to accept energy, how to accept communication, and shine your light. If you work on getting back into your energy, which can be pretty communicative, pretty fiery, also like the life of the party I'm getting, you're gonna feel like you're protected, because you're protected in your communications. You're safe to have your own opinion, even at workplaces, even in relationships. And just one more personal advice that I'm getting is don't let people guilt trip you into anything. Stay strong like granite. Yeah, it's pretty strong. You could kill somebody with this. Okay, sorry about my weird jokes. I'm new to this. Let's get to last but not least, group number 4, the beautiful Aragonite. What kind of energy are you in? Your group also got 2 cards. So, okay. Aw. You are also feeling quite a lot of energy right now. One of the energies is it's very hardworking. The B indicates just, being on top of your work. Bees are very, they're workaholics. They work all day until from the dawn to dusk. They work for Queen Bee, so there could be some motherly references there, because there's communication. I mean, there's the air symbol, the upward pointing triangle with the line on top. It represents air, so we have air and water. So you're working hard. This is probably you, and this is also probably you. You are being in an emotional body of your own, and you're trying to distract yourself with work probably, and try to kind of put that just like that in the back, but you're feeling a lot of emotions are pouring down onto your mind. Of course, even though you're working, you're thinking hard about something that is kind of dampening your spirit, not per se bringing you down, but it's definitely dampening your spirit. And that's why you're so hyper-focused. It's like this target that you're hyper-focused on. And even in communications, you don't really communicate your emotions, perhaps. Maybe that's, yeah, that's probably what's going on. You're just letting it rain onto your mind, and you just push it kind of aside and not show your emotions, but only focus and communicate about work and getting that honey. So let's see what else. So the light, the secret language of light card, we have Variance. Ooh, never got this one before. Variance. So it's about having some sort of balance in both. So let's just open up all of your cards and see what's going on. The aftermath, the shadow side, and the light side. We have Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. So let's quickly check the book. This is a new deck for me. I haven't seen most of these cards or read about them, so I don't have much knowledge on them just yet. So the differing perceptions of ego and soul. Today you may not feel like yourself. You and your soul are looking at the same thing but are seeing it differently. Your emotions and reactions are a combination of your thoughts and your soul's thoughts, and when they don't align you feel wobbly. Pardon me. Variance is a way of explaining the wobble. When you have the same perspective as your soul, things feel right. They may seem satisfactory and easy. No limiting beliefs or patterns are triggered, but there is a feeling that all is well. Your soul will never join you in judgment, blame, or hurt, because it is not the truth of you. It is not the perspective of love. How you feel reveals how aligned you are with your soul. If you're experiencing something that doesn't feel quite right, take a breath and come back to your center. We're going to stop right there. There's a lot more, but we're going to focus on journal work, because if you're into light work and you want to work on this part and how to achieve variance, this little sentence is also for you. Identify and name the parts of your mind that try to take over. For example, worrywart, overprotective mother, anger, hurt, etc. Then tell them to be quiet. Once you name them, you will be more able to recognize them and more in control of them when they rise up. So, okay. Some extra reflections and actions I feel pulled to read for you. Be willing to see beyond your point of view. Don't believe everything you think. Be mindful of the thoughts you choose to participate with. Are they a help or a hindrance in creating your dreams? Learn about a culture or religion you know nothing about. Knowledge is power and removes fear. So that kind of brings me back to what I was saying, but I don't know when exactly, at which point in time of this whole reading. But as I spoke before with the bee and the frog, there's something that is being almost like put in the back, and it needs to come in the front. You are feeling so intensely, and you need some variance to bring that together, to learn how to cope with both. One is pouring down on you and it can feel overwhelming, and the feelings that the book was referring to is love. So if love is burdensome to you more than work is, I think there's some questions in your head right now. Or if work is more important than love is, and actually deep down you feel a lot of love and it's kind of outweighing the work feelings, if I may say it like that, there's some variance that needs to take place to truly balance yourself out. Because the light side of this is you are being more confident about it. So even if after a long time, for instance, love is a new feeling, once again, a new type of ways, like you feel more love than ever before, of course it's going to give you confidence, no matter the depiction, if it's a lady or a queen or a king. It's the Queen of Wands is like very sure of herself. She's maternal, but more to like pets, like kitties and puppies and different animals, than towards kids. I don't know why I'm saying that. May have something to do with who you are. But the Queen of Wands is almost like a depiction of pure confidence. You see this, I don't know, 8 to 10 out of 10 lady, and she's just like, it almost feels like she's radiating the sunlight out of her. She's just floating and glowing, or just something, it's the energy of something pops out, like something is different. Your confidence is different after, depends on where you are in this, after some sort of balancing of all of these aspects. That's when you're gonna feel confident, when you truly, for instance, if you've never felt like this before, once you feel and once you really immerse yourself in your emotions, you're gonna gain more confidence within yourself. Or on the other hand, if you've never felt what routine and hard work really feel like, once you start focusing on your target and communicating about, I don't know, I want some new work, or I want to like work there or there, and truly work hard for it, truly get that honey, you're gonna feel this confidence. You're gonna feel like you're on top of your game, like a confident lady radiating sunlight out of all her systematic systems. It's really whatever. If you're a guy, it doesn't really matter. But you get what I'm saying, right? With the shadow side of Nine of Pentacles, for some, if this is pertaining to a relationship, the shadow side is somebody might choose to be on their own, to be single, or to just prolong being single, because the emotions weigh so heavy on them, and they need to really focus on what they're working at. And the aftermath is the Queen of Swords. So again, with the feminine energy, it could be a part of you, a certain part of your body, your soul body, if I may be specific. We all carry masculine and feminine energies, and balancing those is very important, because if you don't have balanced masculine energies, if you're lacking in them, it's hard to go after work. It's hard to gain that assertiveness, confidence, I can do this. And the lack of feminine qualities within you can overwhelm you, because you are not feeling completely confident in your feminine side. You are either taking your emotions for granted, or you are not expressing them as those emotions should have been expressed, because you never learned to grow your feminine side, and you're just now being, it's like, this froggy, there was like no rain, and then just a waterfall of emotions that pour onto you, and you don't know how to really get in tune with them. So, which, as Aftermath tarot card is indicating, it can either come to a complete cutoff of either or, of either, I'm quitting my job, or, there's some sort of decisiveness on how to proceed, because this is after tarot. It's a typical tarot deck. It just depicts the after energies of the other tarot decks. So what's next? Yeah, it's putting something to rest, because here in the back, there's a little depiction of a coffin and 3 people carrying it. So you might have support of your friends to either end the cycle of your job, quitting and refocusing to something else, because you are smart, you are capable of cutting things or certain people out of your life. It can be that some people just make you emotionally unstable, and you just want to be confident. You just want to feel decisive and confident, and a certain part of this reading, whichever you resonate with, a certain element is what's off-putting your variance. So I'm gonna take a general deck, general advice deck, because I'm still rather confused, because it might pertain to a large group of people eventually, because these readings are timeless. So there could be also a lot of aspects of your life that you are trying to balance. So let's see, what's this about? Okay, time to go. So there is, again, a certain feeling of leaving something behind, whether it's your job, whether it's a relationship, whether it's your family. You know, we have blood family and we have soul family. We have people that support us and people that don't support us. So underlying energy is here and now. So just whatever in this present moment you are thinking about, whatever you were probably not so long ago thinking about letting go, leaving, even if it's just a way you look at yourself. It can be minor. I'm sorry if I was triggering with the jobs and the relationship parts, but sometimes, I mean most of the time, when we feel out of emotional and energetic alignment, like we're just not ourselves, there's some part that we're still holding on to. There's a certain sense of needing to take that step away from whatever is emotionally bearing on you, like a heavy rainfall. So thank you so much for sticking with me. I hoped you liked your readings. I hoped it helped. I hope it helped. I'm new at this. This is my first reading. Thank you very much for listening to me trying to find my words and a way to express all of this energy. I'm not used to pick a cards because there's a lot of different energies coming in and out and in and out. So if I was rambling, I'm sorry. Whatever you like or dislike, please let me know down in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe if you like this type of content. I'm gonna be doing a lot more pick a cards, different types of spreads, different questions I'm gonna try to answer for you. So if you have any sorts of suggestions, opinions, you name it, leave them down below. Subscribe, click the bell, and thank you for watching.